Imagine a place where you could fly just by waving your arms. But if you fell into the water, you would sink like a heavy stone. You would vanish forever into a suffocating darkness. This isn't a mythic hell. It is Titan, a world where the very air is a thick orange prison. Here the rains are made of pure gasoline, and the mountains are carved from ice harder than tempered steel. Welcome to the most terrifying moon in space. From a distance it looks like a twin of Earth, a mirror image reflecting our clouds, rivers, and vast oceans back at us through the void. But don't let the familiar landscape deceive your senses. At -179 degrees, every rule of biology we know is violently torn apart. This is a mirror world of antimatter life, where common water acts like solid bedrock and liquid gasoline flows freely as the lifeblood of the land. If you stood here, the sun would be nothing but a faint, cold ghost, barely piercing the thick, toxic veil that wraps this moon in mystery. We are descending into a chemical nightmare, a place where the atmosphere is so heavy it feels like walking through a deep, invisible ocean of gas. The air here is a heavy blanket, 50% thicker than Earth's. It's a crushing weight of nitrogen and methane that would squeeze the lungs dry. But this density offers a strange, magical gift. Because the air is so thick and the gravity so weak, the impossible becomes a simple reality. If you strapped a pair of wings to your arms, you could actually fly. You could soar over the methane rivers just by flapping your hands. I'd imagine a sky where humans are the birds, navigating a golden fog that never clears, floating over a world that wants to freeze them solid instantly. Yet this atmosphere is also a death trap. It is a chemical soup, a thick wall of gas that traps the cold and suffocates all hope. There is no escape from the pressure. It pushes against your suit, reminding you that you are a fragile intruder in a world built for monsters. One wrong move and the very air that lets you fly will become your tomb, dragging you down into the freezing depths of the unknown. This is the first layer of hell. A sky that lets you fly like an angel but breathes like a demon, heavy with the scent of death. Below the sky lies Kraken Mare, an ocean so vast and deep it could swallow continents. But there is no water in this sea, and these are lakes of pure liquid methane and ethane, literally oceans of gasoline. They are cold, dark, and utterly devoid of anything we call life. If you jumped into this sea, you wouldn't float. Liquid methane is so light and thin that your body would sink like a lead weight. You would fall through the dark, cold liquid for hundreds of meters, gasping in terror as the pressure of the gasoline ocean crushes your spirit. Imagine a submarine navigating through these black depths, lighting up canyons of soot and hydrocarbon reefs that have never seen the light of day. The coastlines are jagged and cruel, carved over millions of years by the relentless flow of liquid fuel, shaping a world that is chemically lethal. There is a terrifying stillness here. The waves move differently, heavy and silent, like a predator waiting for anything to fall into its grasp. This is a sea that doesn't sustain life. It consumes it, a liquid desert where you would drown in the very stuff we burn for fuel. On Titan, the mountains aren't made of rock. They are titans of frozen water, chilled so deeply they have become harder than granite or steel. Try to carve this ice and your tools will shatter. At these temperatures, H2O is the bedrock, the indestructible skeleton of this alien world. The pebbles you see in the riverbeds are actually frozen ice stones rounded by the flow of methane rivers over eons of geological time. These mountains are ghosts of Earth's geology, a haunting reminder that in the right conditions, even the softest water can become a deadly fortress. Imagine hiking through peaks that would slice through your suit like a razor. Every step is a gamble against a landscape made of frozen blades. Even the volcanoes are inverted, Instead of molten rock, they vomit freezing slurries of water and chemicals, a cryovolcanic nightmare that reshapes the moon. The contrast is beautiful yet deadly. Pure white ice clashing with pitch-black organic dust, a world painted in the colors of a cosmic funeral. You are standing on a planet-sized ice cube, a frozen prison where the very ground beneath your feet is a solid, unyielding mystery. When it rains on Titan, it doesn't pour. The drops are huge, twice the size of Earth's, but they fall with the grace of a dream. Because of the low gravity and thick air, the rain falls in slow motion, drifting down like autumn leaves through a sky of orange smoke. It is a beauty that kills. This rain is pure hydrocarbon, a shower of fuel that would ignite into a firestorm if it ever touched a spark. The storms here are rare but gargantuan, flooding the dry deserts with sudden torrents of liquid methane that wash away everything in their path. Each drop is a chemical capsule, a piece of the sky falling to the earth, fueling a cycle that mimics Earth but mocks its life. Imagine being caught in a slow-motion flood of gasoline, the heavy liquid dragging you into the depths as it carves new paths through the ice. After the storm, the world glistens like a freshly polished engine, silent and deadly, waiting for the next cycle of the hydrocarbon sky. This is a weather system from another dimension, a slow-moving apocalypse that rains fuel upon a world of ice and shadow. Titan is more than a moon. It's a giant planetary-scale chemical factory. You're churning out the building blocks of life in a frozen laboratory. When sunlight hits the methane, it creates tholins, complex organic molecules that rain down as a fine orange dust, coating the entire world. This orange haze is a prebiotic soup, a collection of ingredients that once existed on Earth before the first heartbeat ever echoed. It's as if Earth was frozen in a cosmic refrigerator billions of years ago, preserving the recipe for life but losing the spark of heat. You are walking through the ashes of a potential creation, a world rich with carbon but locked in a deep, eternal winter of chemistry. Every second, the atmosphere is weaving new molecules, spinning a web of organic matter that covers the ice in a thick, sticky layer of potential. If you could add heat to this moon, it would ignite into a cradle of life. But for now, and it remains a silent, frozen factory. This is the mystery of Titan, a world that has everything it needs to live, yet lacks the one thing that makes life possible: warmth. But what if life doesn't need warmth as we know it? Deep in the methane seas, something strange might be breathing in the darkness. Scientists have noticed a mysterious disappearance of hydrogen at the surface, a signature that could mean something is eating the atmosphere to survive. Imagine creatures that don't drink water but gasoline. Creatures whose very cells would shatter and boil if they ever touched a human hand. They would be methane breathers, monsters of the cold who view our liquid water as a scorching, acidic lava that would destroy them instantly. In this inverted world, and the trees would be made of frozen chemicals, and the blood of the inhabitants would be a freezing stream of fuel. We are looking for ourselves in the stars, but Titan might be hiding something so different it challenges our very definition of what it means to be alive. There is a silent pulse to this moon, a suggestion of a hidden ecology thriving in a temperature that should be the end of all things. If they are there, they are the masters of the freeze, living in a paradise of gasoline that would be our ultimate freezing grave. But the greatest secret is hidden deep beneath the gasoline. Under the rock-hard ice lies a hidden warm ocean of liquid water. Titan is a cosmic trap. On the outside, it is a frozen desert of fuel, but on the inside, it is a warm, watery womb of life. It is like a cosmic egg, and waiting for the sun to expand and melt the shell, potentially turning this moon into the next sanctuary for life. Two worlds in one, a hell of gasoline on the surface, and a heaven of water in the deep. Titan is the ultimate paradox of the universe. In 2027, we are sending a dragon to hunt the truth. NASA's Dragonfly mission will fly across the dunes of this alien world. This robotic hunter will search for the chemical fingerprints of our own ancestors, looking for the spark that turned dead matter into living souls. In the bone-chilling cold of Titan, we might find the answer to the greatest question. Is life a cosmic fluke or an inevitable force of nature? We are not just sending a machine, we are sending our eyes and ears to a world that could be our future or our final warning. Titan is a reminder that the universe is far stranger than our dreams. It is a place where heaven and hell are just a matter of chemistry. One day, when Earth is no longer home, would we dare to leap into those gasoline oceans just for a desperate chance to survive? We are small, fragile, and temporary, but our curiosity is a fire that can burn even in a world made of freezing liquid fuel and ice. Would you live in a world where you could fly but never swim? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more cosmic journeys.